thank you very much for the very warm welcome. And whilst I've been asked here to talk about the importance of Greek drama, it's something that we all are very much aware of, because Greek tragedy, Greek drama is the foundation, the absolute godfather of all drama. And it's from Greek drama that we learn to feel, that we learn to express the innermost complicated passions of our soul. And I think Greek drama, all those thousands of years ago, gives us the complete way, the road, in order to find where we're going. Maybe that's not a very expert simile, but it is a pathway. And why talk about the emotion? That's so important, because I feel we've lost a lot of that. We've become concerned and become smaller, and our pathways have become narrower, and somehow we've lost the ultimate goal of drama, which is the passion. And it is the passion of Greek drama, what they said, what they felt, what they expressed. This passion is so vital. It's so vital to us, because what passion is, above all, it is cleansing. It is cathartic, which of course, as you know, is a Greek term. And we need this passion. The Greeks then at that time, whether it was Aeschylus or Sophocles or Euripides, Homer, they weren't concerned to analyze social ills or social conditions or political conflicts. They were absolutely and ultimately concerned to releasing human passion at its highest level, at its most burning, coruscating degree. So recently, I have just had the opportunity to put on a production of Oedipus, the Edinburgh Festival. And I suppose we choose Oedipus because that's one of the greatest dramas. It's like Oedipus, I suppose, is really the Hamlet of the time. It touches everybody. Everybody can identify with it. And we all feel for a person who is put in such a terrible situation. And this is what Greek drama does. It's so ferocious. It's so unremitting. It is like the character becomes caught up in a spider's web and you cannot get out. So Oedipus, what an extraordinary play. But a man whose parents went to an oracle. Why? To find out what their future was with this particular child, and why they should do that. Maybe is that a form of arrogance? Is that a form of wanting to know too much? So, the oracle said, this young baby you have, it's horrific. It's going to kill you, kill the father, and he's going to bed the mother, amongst other things, have children. So they were horrified. This is unbelievable. So they cast out their own child. Eventually, Oedipus grows up, he leaves, he consults another oracle who said the same thing. Get out, you're a patricide, and you're going to cause the most ultimate grief. So he's caught up in this extraordinary plot. How can he get out? Now, why Greek drama is so phenomenal is because you have the most amazing plots. There are no plots in modern drama, in contemporary drama, even in Elizabethan drama, which is probably the finest examples of drama we've had since the Greeks. But the plot line in Greek drama is phenomenal. And so we have the plot line, then we have the resolution. As Oedipus goes through his life, eventually he comes to a crossroad. Why a crossroad? Well, again, there's something that's significant in the play. On that crossroad, along comes a man in his horse and chariot with his various bodyguards and soldiers, King Laius. And Oedipus is standing there. Well, there can't be many people at the crossroad. But King Laius says, out of the way, you're in the way. And he didn't like the sound of his voice. He didn't like his arrogance. And so one thing leads to another. And there was a battle, a fight. Laius raises his whip. And Oedipus seizes it, and eventually, poor King Laius is slain. So he's fulfilled the first part of the plot. Goes on to Thebes, wherever it is, I forget where it is now. And they are in, is this Thebes, is it? They are in the grip of the most horrific plague. And they said, what can we do about this plague? Well, there's the Sphinx just sitting on the suburbs, you know, tormenting people, much like these travelers we have now, you know, that are kind of keeping you from reading about keeping slaves. So they have this extraordinary Sphinx at the edge of the city, tormenting everybody, chewing up all the men. And she's tormenting and killing and eating. And they said, only if we get rid of the Sphinx, there's always somebody if we get rid of, we can cure society. And she has, of course, as you know, the great riddle. And the riddle is, of course, what walks in the morning on 4 legs and 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the evening? And you all know the answer to that, and that's man. He certainly knows, he's very bright spark as Oedipus. And he says, man walks on 4 legs in the morning as a child, 2 legs in the afternoon as a man, 3 legs in the evening as an old man with his stick. Wonderful. She is so tormented by this, so upset, she's so outraged, suddenly found out this riddle. It is a bit of a simple riddle, but being rather emotional as a Sphinx. And she had a lion's head and a serpent's tail. It's a kind of composite. And it's interesting because much of Greek tragedy stems from ancient myths. Because really the lion is the sun rising and the snake is the sun waning, so it all symbolizes many things. And there is even a story of the sun god, the man who takes the sun around the earth every day in his chariot. And at the end of the year, he must be replaced. He's exhausted by a new sun god, a new king. The new king will take over the reins. In a way, what Sophocles has done is humanize the story. Perhaps Laius stood in for the sun god. Oedipus comes in. He gets caught up in the reins and gets destroyed. So there's so much in Greek tragedy, you have to go far, far back. And even Oedipus, it's meant to be swollen foot, because he was tied up by the shepherd who received him from his mother when he heard about the story. When she heard about the story that he would kill his mother, kill his father, marry his mother, and they got rid of him, saying she couldn't kill him. So she said to the shepherd, oh, please get rid of it, I can't bear it. But the shepherd felt sorry for this little child, tied up his little legs, and she became swollen, and therefore he was known as Oedipus, swollen foot. But that's not the complete story. In fact, he's not swollen foot. If you look up, of which I have had the opportunity just recently when I was coming here, Robert Graves has found a story that Oedipus is actually Oedipus. Now in Greek, many of you who know Greek, Oedipus means coming on the wave. So Oedipus means from the wave. He came from the water, which makes a kind of sense, because all kings came from the wave. Moses comes in from the water, is found. So are many others come from the wave. But what he has done, what is so amazing, I don't want to go into the kind of details and academia of it, is that this play then has this climax. When he finds out, through Tiresias, who is another prophet, another oracle, he sends for Tiresias, he wants to know the truth. And Tiresias is a man who will tell him. He sends for Tiresias, who's blind. Now, how did Tiresias become blind? Well, according to the myths, he came blind because he saw 2 snakes coupling. You know that? Anybody know that? No? That's amazing. I know something that you don't know. He saw 2 snakes coupling, and that caused him to be either blinded or be struck with what they call, in a way, the woman's flaw. That didn't mean the flaw of a woman, it meant being struck and being made impotent, or, forgive me for the disrespect to our customers here, made homosexual. Anyway, only when he saw the snakes again did he restore his sight. So much in Greek drama. So I'll finish there. What is important is the catharsis. He's going It's okay. And what Greek drama is great for is catharsis. What it wants to do, it wants to terrify you, it wants to tear you apart, it wants to purge you. And what is this catharsis? It's a way of releasing such power, such emotion, such feeling, that we become humanized. We feel, we weep for him as he sees his wife, who learns about her own role in this, that she is the mother of Oedipus, with whom she has slept for years and given him 2 children, or 3 children. And she hangs herself, and he takes the brooch from her poor body and stabs his eyes out. And what a climax! And then there is more than that. So that's what I've been doing. And to finish off, I've been living with this for years. I also see in the Greek tragedy such parallels from her own life. And I wrote a modern play called Greek, because something I saw in Oedipus, in the city of Thebes, in the plague, a plague-ridden London, full of desolation, distress, conflict, wars, terrorism, IRA, bombings, killings, ruthlessness. It was a perfect symbol of the plague of Thebes. And I had Oedipus, I called him Eddie, just another young man out to rescue them. So to finish off, because she's standing up, this catharsis is what we need and what we will miss and what is vital to our mental health. And this catharsis in the end is taking place off stage. So a person comes up with a chorus and reveals it, because in a huge theatre like Epidaurus with 20,000 people, you wouldn't see a bit of blood and stage blood. And so it's done off stage, which means obscene. Obscene means off stage, as you know from Greek. So what was bloody, murderous, sinful to see was done always off stage. And so that was also what the Greeks showed us. And now, obscene, of course, has a different meaning for us. Now we have brought what is off stage, on stage. So thank God for the Greeks. Thank you for listening to my little diatribe.
Thank you so much.